What's up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and today I have my weekly wax roundup with Scentsy. So first, we're going to get into what's been happening, then what I've been warming, and then my picks or tip for the week. So let's get started. All right, in Scentsy news, we have a few points to discuss. The first is that there is going to be a second chance pre-sale for the Gilmore Girls collection. Let me read. It says, every pre-ordered item will require a non-refundable deposit, which will go towards the product's full retail price. The following products will be offered in the pre-sale: the Gilmore's Welcome to the Stars Hollow Scentsy Warmer and Luke's Coffee Mug Scentsy Mini Warmer. Now, if you want to see either of these, go to the collection, Gilmore collection. You can read up on it there, and you can kind of fulfill the deposit requirements. There is a note that from Scentsy. It says, we anticipate orders to be available to redeem in March, and customers will be given at least 1 month to complete their purchase. Once the redemption period starts, consultants and customers who pre-order will be notified by email when the redemption date approaches. Years ago, Scentsy did do some pre-orders, so this is kind of revisiting that for people that really want that collection. So that's a nice way to get some resolution to this quick sellout for that collection. Right, number 2, we have a Lord of the Rings revisit collection plus some new items. So it says, explore Middle Earth with the Lord of the Rings collection starting on October 20th while supplies last. We have new and returning products. One new product that I will highlight is the Lord of the Rings Rivers of Rivendell Scentsy Bar. It says, a stampede of rushing waters creates a safe haven for bergamot, forest vetiver, and serene mountain pine. All right, on October 13th, we have the Friends collection returning. So there are some new and returning products. You can go to the collections and the Friends portion for that. That is coming October 13th. Also on October 13th, we have the bricks. They have launched. So there are 5 Scentsy bricks. In the US, a brick is $24. In the Canada, it's $35. You can bundle and save 2 for $40 or 2 for $58. That's American and Canadian respectively. And if you want all 5 holiday bricks as one of each individual scent, it is $90 in the US or 131 Canadian. I will tell you the scents. We have Cozy Fireside. It says warm spice notes with zesty ginger and cinnamon. Maraschino Sugar Cookie, which says sugar cookie dough baked with vanilla and drizzled in a sweet maraschino cherry glaze. We have Rustic Lodge. It says warm fragrance of cedar, oak, and musk with traces of wood smoke and fallen leaves. We have Spiced Grapefruit. It says mandarin and bergamot citrus. It's perfectly balanced with spicy coriander, nutmeg, and allspice. And we have one of my favorites, Toasted Caramel Sugar. It says warm milk and caramelized sugar and toffee, all swirled together with the scent of silky, sweet vanilla musk. I have tried all 5 scents. I have experienced Rustic Lodge only minimally, not enough that I want to repurchase. I'm definitely going to repurchase Cozy Fireside, Spiced Grapefruit, and Toasted Caramel Sugar. All right, so getting on to the last piece of news, we have some gingerbread products launching. Now, what I do when I go and do the Scentsy Weekly Wax Roundup is that I go through and kind of copy and paste in my, my notes part of my phone, and then I have the information there, and I'm going along and I'm doing that, and then I hit the next news article, and I got really annoyed, and I had to stop because there's something in here that's annoying to me, and you're probably going to figure it out if you haven't heard already. Okay, let's just talk about the gingerbread products. They launched October 13th. I'm going to put some pictures here as I talk. So we have returning the Gingerbread Hugs Scentsy Bar, which has notes of fresh baked gingerbread and notes of vanilla and nutmeg, wrap you up in the warmest, sweetest embrace. We also have the Gingerbread Hugs candle. We also have a sugar cookie candle. We have a Ginger House warmer. You'll see pictures here, like I said, as I'm talking. And then we have something that is called the Snowed In Sugar Scentsy Bar. So let me read you the notes because this is a new bar. It says bright lemon zest, warmed with notes of gingerbread and baked vanilla. Okay, lastly, I'll just talk a bit about these plates. Scentsy has got these new plates. It says gingerbread plates bundle for a ridiculously high price. I'm not even going to mention the price. It says includes 2 hand-painted gingerbread themed ceramic plates, food safe, hand wash only. So nothing to do with a scented product at all. So not really on brand and very overpriced. And I'm hoping that they only made about 5 of these plate collections because then they won't be in clearance for years and years, because I don't think anyone's going to buy these. I would encourage people not to buy them because they're really not a product that they probably should have put out. I'm not really sure who authorized this. Maybe someone had a bit too many drinks, authorized the release of this. It's just not something that makes any sense to me. So I probably won't say anymore because my mom always said if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. So I probably said too much already. Anyway, let's get into what I've been warming for the week. All right, so this week I have a few finished items and a couple of partials, so let's get into it. I don't have any bricks to show you, but let's talk about butter pecan. This is the first empty that I have. I had 6 cubes left, so I warmed it in my main space. The notes on butter pecan are candied pecan, maple, and butter. And this is a nice, creamy, fall-based scent. This didn't seem as strong as I'm used to, so that's the only thing. This is from 2021, so that could be it. And thank you to Patricia. She sent this one down to me. All right, I have My Home. This is from 2022. I picked this up in probably a clearance or flash sale. It says blend of spicy, cinnamon, and floral. This is not really one that I tend to love, but I enjoyed it better this time. And I know there's people that just absolutely love this. For me personally, it's just a little bit of a strange combination of the spice with the floral. It reminds me of a Welcome Home base, less spicy, and then the sweetness of a floral added in. So this performed fairly well. I warmed some in my entranceway, some in my storage room, and I warmed it in the boys' room and Erica's room. So that's how I finished up that bar. All right, the next one I have, also from 2022, is Lemon Coconut Chiffon. I finished off 2 clamshells. I finished off, I think it was Melt, a bakery scent for the wax melting challenge. So the notes on this, it says, melt in your mouth lemon custard, layered with butter cake and sprinkled with toasted coconut. And a lot of people absolutely love this as their favorite lemon bakery. I'm okay with it. I think what it is on occasion I get a buttered popcorn strong note with this, and I did on the second bar. I left and I came back from a walk and I smelled the butter popcorn for an instant, so maybe that's why I don't really love it. And you will see it gets a little bit dirty and grungy with the oils coming out, and I don't really know why that is. That is just something that happens with that bar. Another one I finished off 2 of. I had 1 cube left in one, and then I finished off another one with Sparkling Spice Citrus. This is currently available in the catalog right now. The notes on this, it's a sparkling mandarin dazzled among black currant, raw sugarcane, and a dash of clove bud. I don't think I get a lot of the black currant. It almost feels more of a reddish currant to me, but this is a really bright citrusy scent, and I have been giving some samples to customers with this one because I have a lot of damaged clamshells, and the customers I've been giving these to are absolutely loving it. So just to tell you that. All right, I finished off an It's Love, also from 2022. You'll see a theme. All right, It's Love. It says, tangy tangerine dances with raspberry blossom beneath a night sky of sparkling sugar. And I warmed this twice over the past week in the boys' room, and I finished off the last 2 cubes in the bathroom. It's a bright, almost effervescent, almost like champagne-y kind of fruity scent to me. So I do have 1 more bar, and that's plenty for me. I finished off a caramel macadamia nut. I only had 3 cubes left, so I warmed 1.5 cubes here in my bedroom and 1.5 in the adjacent bathroom. And yes, most people don't do that, but we tend to use the other bathroom more. So this says caramelized sugar and creamy tonka melts into toasted macadamia. And what I decided was, now that they've made these for individual purchase, I think I will just purchase 1 to 2 at max, and I won't keep that in my club because it's not one that, it's not like its performance just wows me. The scent is really nice. The performance doesn't wow me. Like maybe it's not quite strong or long lasting enough. Mind you, I only used less wax than I normally do, but anyway. Yeah, I think I'll take the opportunity to repurchase it through a party and get more of it that way. Just 1 second. Sorry, I dropped a bar. The next one I finished off a clam, but started another one was sugar. So sugar is a great mixer. It's lemon drops and cotton candy, but there's also some like hazy, perfumey characteristics to this bar, and it mixes well with so many things. You can mix it with bakery. It's kind of like vendor wax pink sugar, and if you need inspiration of what to mix sugar with, you could go to any vendor's website, type in pink sugar and see what they combine it with, and then kind of branch off and do your kind of mixes with sugar. But this is a club scent for me, so I'm happy to use up one and start another. All right, so the next one I only used 1 cube from, and I can already tell it's not for me, so I might give this away. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. It is Silver Spur. And this is what from the Wild Horses and Wildflowers collection. So what silver spur, it says smoky campfire notes drift through groves of silver spruce and lavender. It is smoky. There's not a lot of sweetness that you get in around the campfire. That scent, even like sometimes I find it on the smoky side, but I love to mix with it. This one I have to mix with it just to get through it. It is different to me. This reminds me of maybe like a 60-year-old man that's near the campfire versus around the campfire reminds me of like a 25 or 30-year-old man. Big difference. Anyway, so not really one for me, but I will figure out how to use that up. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. For the wax melting challenge, I know I did warm both of these for the challenge. I warmed 2 testers of cran apple crumble. And this is one of those ones that I didn't club it this year and I kind of got stung. It says baked cran apple, brown sugar, and whipped cream. I love this one, so I'm kind of sad, but that's okay. And I have Scary Good. This one I don't love. 2 testers. It says pumpkin puree sprinkled with fresh cinnamon encounters toasted butterscotch and creamy vanilla in a spooky, yummy treat. There is definitely a smokiness to this. This Scary Good scent reminds me of you're baking a pumpkin pie in a cast iron skillet on like an open fire out in the wilderness. I mean, you're not smelling the wilderness, but you're smelling that like smoky campfire-ness. All right, so let's branch off. We can do Patricia's picks, but instead we're going to call it Patricia's tip for the week. So I don't really have any extreme standouts for the week, so I thought I would give a public service announcement. So I was changing my wax for the day, and I took my pitcher, and I was trying to plug in my warmer, which is on top of this, and I was moving something, and the warmer dish came off, hit me in the head, and as it's hitting me in the head, I'm like, please don't fall. I almost had it caught, but then I didn't. And that moment, you know you're not going to get it and it's falling to the ground. For some reason, you're like, please don't break. Please don't break. But of course, it broke. So my boho chic warmer, one of my very first Scentsy warmers I ever purchased, is now dishless. So this is a good reminder. If you have a warmer that has a dish that's not readily available, such as this, you should try to pick up a warmer spare dish while you can. Put it aside in case you're an idiot like me and decide to try to move something and hope you don't break it. So another tip would be take your warmer dish off before you try to move a warmer. All right, so thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. If you're new, subscribe. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up. And I have a haul coming up, so you'll probably see me maybe in a couple of days. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next video.